Jamais vu, experiencing unreality. Look at the following word. Ribbon. Keep staring at it for at least 3 minutes. Has it stopped looking like a real word? Has its meaning become unclear? If so, you have a case of jamais vu. This term, which means never seen in French, describes a relatively rare condition. People know that something is correct or familiar, but they start to question this. In the example above, they begin wondering if the word is spelled correctly or is even real. They start to believe they've never seen it before. It's the opposite of déjà vu, already seen, which is more commonly experienced. With déjà vu, a person encounters an unfamiliar situation, but feels that they've experienced it before. Jamais vu often occurs with words, but it can also happen when you meet someone or go somewhere. Despite knowing you've met that person or visited that place before, you start doubting this knowledge. What's more, musicians have been known to stop in the middle of a familiar song because the tune suddenly seems new. Why does this happen, though?
Welcome everyone to English for You. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And Elsie, the title of our article today is Jamais vu, experiencing unreality.
Oh, jamais vu, is that French?
Yes, it's a French word.
哦，是个法文，它指的是由媚感，或者是呢就事如新。
All right, everyone, let's jump into our article and find out about this jamais vu unreality. All right, look at the following word, ribbon, R-I-B-B-O-N. Ribbon is a thin strip of fabric used for decoration or tying. An example we could say is, she tied a bright red ribbon around the gift box.
Ribbon 这个名词呢，指的是丝带或是缎带。那课文一开头要我们看着这个字。So why are we looking at the word ribbon?
It's a good question, right? Why'd you say ribbon? Well, let's find out. Keep staring at it for at least 3 minutes. Has it stopped looking like a real word? Has its meaning become unclear? So we see the word stare, everyone, in that sentence, and it means to look at something for a long time without turning away. An example we could say is, the kid kept staring at the strange animal in the zoo.
Stare 这个动词呢是凝视、注视。那凝视着、注视着谁或是什么东西看 ？You stare at somebody or something. 好，我们会加上 at 这个字，再把你注视的人或东西接在后面。所以我们还要盯着 ribbon 这个字看 3 minutes 3分钟啊。那你看一看，会不会觉得越看越奇怪？它越来越不像一个字。
Yeah, is it starting to look weird or different, or maybe you don't know? Well, our article continues by saying, if so, you have a case of jamais vu. So we see the word or phrase, if so, which means asking or confirming whether a statement or condition is true.
所以如果是这样的话，你就是正在经历这个 jamais vu 的感觉哈，就是呢，本来是你熟悉的东西，但是越看越觉得你好像跟他不认识、不熟悉。So Adam, could you tell us more about this term?
Yeah,
this French term.
This French term, jamais vu, I'll be happy to. Well, this term, which means never seen in French, describes a relatively rare condition. So if it's rare, everyone, it's not very common to have or experience jamais vu.
优美感呢是不常发生的，可是 Adam, have you experienced it before?
I'm not sure. Maybe let's keep talking about it, so maybe I'll see if I have had it or not.
Okay.
All right. Well, people know that something is correct or familiar, but they start to question this. Oh, so okay. So if I walk into our kitchen and I think, oh, hey, that's the first time I'm seeing this kitchen, I might be experiencing this condition.
Yeah, or you might be experiencing dementia.
That, or maybe I'm experiencing that the kitchen is clean for the first time.
Oh, who did it? I wonder.
Exactly.
Sometimes when I'm writing Chinese characters, 写中文字的时候就会有这种感觉. I'll be like, do I know this word? Is this how I write it?
Well, yeah,
I would start to question it.
Exactly. I mean, and it makes sense because there are so many different characters and strokes, when you are writing those characters. Well, learning more about this is in the example above, they begin wondering if the word is spelled correctly or is even real. Oh, no. So is ribbon a real word or not a real word?
Yes, it is a real word. So this can be serious, right?
Yeah, it can be serious. You're right. Our article tells us these people, they start to believe they've never seen it before.
So what about déjà vu?
Really?
Déjà vu 就是你好像有经历过、有看过这个东西，或是这个经验，对不对？ I've experienced that quite a few times.
Yeah, I think most of us have experienced déjà vu. And our article tells us it's the opposite. This jamais vu, it's the opposite of déjà vu, which means already seen. So it's the opposite of déjà vu, already seen, which is more commonly experienced.
所以两个是相反的 déjà vu 和 jamais vu 是不一样的东西
Yeah, exactly. And in that last sentence, we see and hear the word opposite, which is a noun. It means something completely different from another thing. And then we also see opposite of, which means the completely different or reverse version of something. So everyone, an example would be pretty simple. I can give you is the opposite of hot is cold. The opposite of up is down.
Opposite 这边当名词在用哦，指的是相对的事物或是人。Opposite of somebody or something， 那就是相对的物或人。那 déjà vu 是既视感 ，jamais vu 它是这个由媚感，那他们是刚好相反的。一个是觉得没有看过，一个是觉得已经看过、经历过。好，所以觉得没有看过的是这个 jamais vu， 我们今天课文说到的。那觉得是已经看过、经历过的就是 déjà vu。Right,
and so with déjà vu, a person encounters an unfamiliar situation, but feels that they've experienced it before. So they feel like they've experienced this situation before. A situation is a noun. It is what's happening or going on in a certain place or time. So an example sentence would be, I'm in a difficult situation. I really need your help. Can you lend me some money?
Of course. Encounter 这个动词呢是遭遇、遇到。那 encounter an unfamiliar situation 那就是遭遇、遇到一个不熟悉的状况。所以 situation 它是情势、是情况。那用 difficult 来形容就是困难的情况，用 unfamiliar 来形容就是不熟悉的情况，用 strange 来形容A strange situation 那就是奇怪的情况 A stressful situation 那就是令人倍感压力的情况有很多不同的形容词可以放在它的前方
Right, so déjà vu happens with an unfamiliar situation, but jamais vu often occurs with words. But it can also happen when you meet someone or go somewhere. So jamais vu often occurs. We see the word occur, which is a verb. It means something happens or takes place, often unexpectedly or naturally. So an example we could all use is the meeting will occur in the conference room at 2 o'clock.
Occur 这个动词呢指的是发生那它跟 happen 有什么不一样啊 Occur 呢它用在比较正式事件比较明确的时候那还有一个用法呢这个同学们一定要学起来就是当某人忽然想到一个点子或是突然有个想法的时候你可以用到 occur 这个字哦像是呢 an idea or a thought occurred to somebody
Right. So, this jamais vu occurs with, like we said, words, but also when you meet someone or go somewhere to a place. So, continuing with our article, it says, despite knowing you've met that person or visited that place before, you start doubting this knowledge.
即便你知道你可能遇见过这个人，或者是呢有到过这个地方，但是你开始会怀疑这件事。那这个尽管即使我们用到 despite 这个介系词，也可以用 in spite of来代换它。那不管你用 despite 或是 in spite of， 后面都要加上名词或是动名词，逗号之后再加上主词以及一个动词。So for example, despite or in spite of the snowstorm, he still arrived at the office on time. 尽管有暴风雪，他还是准时抵达办公室。So you know you've met the person, but you still doubt it.
Yeah.
It means that you are experiencing jamais vu.
Oh, okay. So like when you say we were going to meet one of your friends, but I tell you I've never met them before.
That's dementia. 这应该是失忆了。
Oh, okay. That's just forgetting. Okay, yeah. Well, what's more, musicians have been known to stop in the middle of a familiar song because the tune suddenly seems new. Why does this happen, though? We see in that what's more, and it's a phrase used to add additional information or saying something else about the topic. She's a great singer, and what's more, she plays the guitar too. We could use for an example.
What's more 指的是再者而且，好，那通常放在句首逗号之后继续接下去，还有更多的事情是什么？那如果你要接出来的是更糟的事情，那你可以用 What's worse。那再来呢，我们要进到今天的 Language in Focus。今天的 Language in Focus 我们要讲到的是 be known to 加上原形动词，还有 be known as 加上 something or somebody， 还有一个就是 be known for something 的用法。好，这三种是不一样的。当我们用到 be known to 后面加上原形动词的时候啊，它的意思是以点点点为人所知，或是做某事为人所知，所以不定词 to 后面会加上原形动词，引出这个事项是什么。So for example, the man is known to collect a variety of rare coins and notes from many countries. 这名男子呢，以收集来自各个国家的各种稀有钱币和钞票而为人所知。好，别人知道他是因为这件事情。那相似的片语呢，有 be known to 后面加上人哦，那这里的 to 就会是一个介系词了，用来表示呢对某人来说。So for example, the YouTuber is known to most teenagers because of the funny videos he makes. 这名 YouTuber 因为制作好笑的影片而为大多数的青少年所知，所以这里的 to 介系词后面接出来的是青少年。那第二个，当我们用到片语 be known as something or somebody 的时候呢，是被称作点点点。那这边的 as 它是个介系词，用来表示作为点点点或是身为点点点。So for example, New York City is known as the Big Apple. 纽约市以大苹果这个别称为人所知。那再来第三个就是 be known for something， 意思是以点点点的特色为人所知。那 for 一样是介系词，会用来表示因为这个意思。好，最后一个例句 Taiwan is known for its beautiful mountains, delicious food, and friendly people. 台湾因为漂亮的山景、好吃的食物和友善的人而闻名。
Okay, so sometimes a musician might have this jamais vu, while he's playing a tune, and then all of a sudden he thinks that this tune is new. Okay, so we see the word tune in that last sentence. Tune is a simple or recognizable melody or song. So an example I could say is, man, I can't get that tune out of my head. It's so catchy. Like that Bon Jovi song. It's my life, it's now or
谢谢
never.
谢谢你的演唱。
I ain't gonna live forever.
I can't stop him. 那 tune 这个字呢，就是歌曲或是曲调，是个名词。所以为什么会发生这样的事情呢？明明是熟悉的曲目，却突然觉得不熟悉。
Okay, well, maybe we can find out a little more about jamais vu in our next episode. But everyone, for our For You chat question, it goes as this. Have you experienced jamais vu before? What happened?
Oh, like I said.
Yeah, at the
When we were
beginning.
talking about it, right? When I'm writing Chinese characters, I
Yes.
experienced this.
Exactly, right? So you've experienced it while writing Chinese characters.
What about you?
I don't think I have, to be honest with you. I don't
You
think I've...
haven't had this kind of feeling?
No, I don't think I've ever had jamais vu.
What about déjà vu?
Deja vu, yes, quite a few times. And I think most people have deja vu. And like it says in the beginning of this article, jamais vu is less common. It's not commonly experienced.
Oh, so déjà vu is more common.
Exactly.
Oh.
So what do you guys think? Talk amongst yourselves and with your classmates. Have you experienced jamais vu before, and what happened? We'll see you next time. My name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie. Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Ribbon. Julia wrapped the gift in paper and tied a ribbon around it before she brought it to the party. Stare. Harry stared at the puzzle for a long time, but he still couldn't solve it. Opposite. Tony's company is successful now. It was just the opposite 10 years ago, when he started it in his garage and had no money. Situation. Billy's parents separated, which stopped them from fighting. His home situation has since become more peaceful and calm. Occur. The car accident occurred on this road at 8 o'clock this morning. It's lucky that no one was hurt. Tune. Lisa heard a tune on the radio, and it's been stuck in her head all day.
智慧小补帖。
Deja vu. Encounter. Despite.